Hoppers. Hoppers is a place like never before. Never before because most of the people that would come to Hoppers would never have before come to a place so enchanted as Hoppers. It's a 16th century building set among the hop fields of Kent in the village of Five Oak Green near Tonbridge. Comfortably furnished to provide a haven for use by churches and charities operating in East London. Now, it was originally a row of farm cottages, later a public house, and in 1909 a hospital known as Little Hoppers Hospital. It was missionary Father Richard Wilson, a priest from Stepney, who set up the Hoppers Hospital in a disused public house after he had followed one of his parishioners to Kent on his annual Hopper trip. Father Wilson was shocked at the horrific conditions he witnessed. There was one incident in particular, a young woman that was walking along the road as Father Richard Wilson was returning to his lodging house. He met this young woman who was carrying a bundle. He stopped and engaged her in conversation to discover that her sick child, who she had carried all the way to Paddock Wood to the doctors, the child had actually died in her arms on the way. He was so appalled and upset and moved by this that he swore it would never happen again. The hospital closed when it was no longer needed, when the machine took over from human toil in the hop gardens in the late 60s, and it was dilapidated. In 1981, when the Jacobean building was resurrected by the area dean of Tower Hamlets, Father Norrie McCurry, it re-emerged as a residential social centre for parish groups from the East End.
Hoppers comfortably sleeps 20. It consists of the main house and a more recently built cottage. It has a spacious kitchen and dining area ideal for large groups to eat together and share. The living area is a perfect place for users to collectively meet or to relax together.
And this is the chapel.
There is a small single bedroom next to the chapel and more bedrooms above.
Now we're going upstairs to look at the bedrooms.
And more sleeping space above the meeting area. One large room, sleeping 3. And a smaller room, sleeping 2.
From the first time I ever went to Hoppers, I was quite amazed at how quickly people from diverse backgrounds who lived separate lives, but they all came together, and how quickly they gelled. The age differences, people who were disadvantaged, people who were ill or had been ill and they were coming away for a rest. And I personally didn't know whether I could cope with it, first of all, because I was wondering it's going to be real hard work. But it turned out it was enjoyable. People mucked in, we did things together, the children were quite happy.
Hoppers is just a lovely place to come because it's like 300 years old.
Yeah.
And it's so well decorated, and like it's got
all that space as well, the garden. Like having no garden is lovely, and all that space. Scarlett loves running around and playing with the girls.
And also, like the way the kids go up and down the rooms, you know, they go in one door and out the other.
Like the secret doors.
Yeah, and they just love running from one place to another, and it's just exploring and stuff like that. It's just nice for them.
I like Hoppers because you can see your friends and meet your family. I like Hoppers because it's fun.
Just saying that about sitting at the table and sitting with everybody, and children learn to eat different things through that because they watch other children eat it, because we're all sitting sharing at the table.
It teaches everyone to kind of share the cooking, share the washing up, share all the responsibility.
Yeah, because all the kids have to muck in as well, don't they? They have to do different jobs and bits and pieces like that. So that's good for them, good bit of learning for them, learning how to share and stuff.
I think it's really good for all ages as well. I mean, mine have all come since they was tiny babies, like Dexter, and then the teenagers really enjoy it because they've got the freedom of being kind of in the countryside, which they don't have in London because it's not as safe.
I like Hoppers because I love the seaside. I like Hoppers in the garden.
In addition to the main house, there is also a cottage with a kitchen, a comfortable meeting room in which groups can gather, a bedroom sleeping 2 on the ground floor, and upstairs there are 2 additional bedrooms, both sleeping 2 to 3 people.
Hoppers, right, although it can comfortably sleep 20, right, it's not vast. It's not a huge space that people can get lost in. In fact, it's quite a cosy space. But it does have space which lots of our people that live in the inner city, that live around London, the poorer people, the people that live on low incomes, will be living in overcrowded accommodation, small accommodation. So one of the treasures is when they get there is they've got space.
Yes. The garden particularly.
Yeah, the garden's a good space, but also inside.
Inside, yeah. There are places, I know, because there were places you could go quietly and sit down away from everybody if you needed to.
Yeah. I think it's important to have an outing when you're down there.
Yeah.
It actually makes the breakaway quite special.
Yes.
And again, it gives another outlook, and it gives it a special treat, because it's expensive to take a family out.
Yeah.
And often people don't have that.
Eva Castle. Tumblr's Castle. The Hop Farm. Leeds Castle. Camber Sands. Tunbridge Wells.
The other thing that becomes so apparent to me over the years is if you are a single parent, it's a very lonely prospect to go on holiday on your own.
Yeah.
In fact, it's very, it is such a struggle. It's probably more of a struggle than staying at home. So therefore it's not enjoyable. Where what Hoppers can offer is to take groups of families that are on low income, single parents, away together.
Indeed.
And that way you forge friendships over that time. And when you come back, you have a self-supporting network that sustains itself
Indeed.
in a neighbourhood.